When Clint Eastwood speaks about age, it doesn't come with drama or fear, it comes with calm acceptance. In a recent moment of reflection, he shared that he doesn't dwell much on getting older. Instead, he thinks back to his childhood, remembering time spent with his grandfather who lived well into his 90s. That perspective seems to ground him even now. For someone who has spent decades in the spotlight, this simple human outlook feels surprisingly relatable. It reminds us that behind the legend is a man who views life not as a countdown, but as a collection of lived experiences. His words don't signal panic or urgency, but rather a steady acknowledgement that time moves forward for everyone, no matter who they are. A career that defined generations. Clint Eastwood's journey in cinema is nothing short of extraordinary. From his early days in westerns to becoming a defining face of American film, his work has shaped how audiences understand storytelling. His performances carried a sense of realism that stood apart from typical Hollywood glamour. Over time, he transitioned into directing, where he found even greater depth in storytelling. Films like Unforgiven and $1 Million Baby didn't just entertain, they made people think. His ability to balance commercial success with meaningful narratives earned him respect across generations. What makes his career remarkable isn't just its length, but its consistency. He didn't chase trends. He created work that reflected his own vision. That authenticity is what built a legacy that still resonates today. The announcement that sparked curiosity. Recently, Eastwood shared a message that caught many off guard. It wasn't loud or overly detailed, but it carried weight. He spoke about change, about reaching a point where reflection becomes inevitable. While he didn't clearly state whether he plans to retire or step away, the tone suggested a shift. For someone known for keeping his personal life private, even this level of openness felt significant. Naturally, it sparked speculation. Is this the beginning of the end of his filmmaking journey, or simply a pause before something new? The lack of specifics has only deepened the intrigue, but perhaps that's intentional. Eastwood has always done things his own way, and even now he seems to prefer leaving space for interpretation, rather than offering definitive answers. A rare glimpse behind the persona. What stood out most in his recent words was the vulnerability. Eastwood has long been associated with tough, no-nonsense characters, men who rarely show doubt, but this time, he spoke more like a reflective individual than a cinematic icon. He acknowledged the emotional weight that comes with aging and looking back on a long life. There was honesty in his tone, a sense that he's taking stock of everything he's done and everything left undone. It's a side of him that audiences rarely see, and in many ways, it makes his legacy even more meaningful, because it reminds us that even the strongest figures in film are still human, still thinking, still questioning, just like everyone else navigating their own journey through time. Fans and industry react with emotion. The reaction to Eastwood's words has been deeply emotional. Fans across the world have expressed gratitude for the decades of storytelling he has given them. Social media is filled with messages celebrating his work and reflecting on how his films shaped their lives. It's not just audiences. Filmmakers and actors have also spoken about his influence. Many see him as one of the last true icons of a certain era in Hollywood. His approach to filmmaking, focused, disciplined, and deeply personal, set a standard that continues to inspire. The idea that he might step back has created a sense of loss. Even without a clear announcement, it feels less like news and more like the closing of a chapter that has defined cinema for generations. The impact on modern Hollywood. If Eastwood does decide to step away, the impact on Hollywood will be significant. His style of filmmaking stands in contrast to today's fast-paced, franchise-driven industry. He focused on character, on moral complexity, on stories that didn't always offer easy answers. That approach is becoming increasingly rare. Without voices like his, there is a concern that cinema could drift further toward spectacle and away from substance. Eastwood proved that audiences are willing to engage with thoughtful, challenging material. His absence could leave a gap that isn't easily filled. While new filmmakers are bringing fresh ideas, the kind of grounded storytelling he championed is something that takes years, if not decades, to cultivate. His influence may remain, but his presence is something else entirely. Aging without limits. One of the most remarkable aspects of Eastwood's career is how long he has remained active. While many step away from demanding creative roles as they age, he continued directing and producing well into his 90s. That alone challenged long-standing assumptions about aging in Hollywood. He showed that creativity doesn't have an expiration date. His work in later years carried the same clarity and purpose as his earlier films, proving that experience can deepen storytelling rather than limit it. For many, he became a symbol of resilience, not in a loud or dramatic way, but through quiet consistency. His example has inspired others in the industry to keep going, to trust their voice regardless of age, and to see time not as a barrier, but as an asset. A personal turning point. Eastwood's recent reflections suggest he may be entering a new phase of life. Not necessarily an ending, but a transition. He spoke about letting go of things that once felt essential, which hints at a shift in priorities. That doesn't mean he's done creating, but it may mean he's choosing to approach life differently. After decades of intense work, it's natural to seek balance or even stillness. For someone who has given so much to his craft, stepping back could simply be a way of reclaiming time. It's a reminder that even the most dedicated individuals eventually reach a point where reflection becomes more important than output. And in that sense, his words feel less like a farewell and more like a thoughtful pause. The legacy that will endure. Regardless of what comes next, Eastwood's legacy is firmly established. His films will continue to be studied, watched, and appreciated for generations. He didn't just contribute to cinema, he helped shape it. His work explored themes that remain relevant: morality, justice, aging, and redemption. These aren't ideas tied to a specific era. They are part of the human experience. That's why his films continue to resonate. He created stories that feel timeless because they speak to something deeper than trends or technology. Even if he never makes another film, his influence will still be present in the work of others. In many ways, his legacy isn't something that ends. It's something that continues to evolve through the people he inspired. Looking ahead without certainty. Right now, there's no clear answer about what Eastwood will do next, and maybe that's exactly how he wants it. His career has never followed a predictable path, so it makes sense that even now he avoids clear declarations. What we do know is that he's reflecting, reassessing, and perhaps redefining what the next stage of life looks like. Whether he continues working or chooses to step away, the impact remains the same. His story is already written in the history of cinema. What lies ahead is simply another chapter, one that, like the rest of his life, will likely unfold quietly, thoughtfully, and entirely on his own terms.